Hey, and welcome to the Water We Share podcast. My name is Tyler Wright,
And I'm Alexander.
and we will be your podcast host for today. So, a little bit about this podcast is that we come from the Water Resource Center at ECU, and basically, we want to teach people about community science and their water supply. So, a lot of the stuff that we do here involves getting uh, other people involved, scientists, youth, and as many doctors as we can to help us preserve our water in the area. So, a lot of what we do is water testing and taking samples of Pamlico Sound and everywhere along the East Coast. We use these water samples like resin bags and heavy metal testing to kind of detect what all exactly is inside of our water. So, with what we do at the WRC, I wanted to ask you, Alex, what exactly do you do at the
Yeah.
WRC?
So I am a community facilitator here at the WRC. One thing that I do typically is I will help with the posters, the signs, the flyers to help spread the word and get people engaged through like community events and so much. Um,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the things that I do typically is helping around other people and making sure that everything looks pretty good and that people can actually read and understand what we do here as well. So, what about you, Tyler? What do you do here at the WRC?
So, I am a youth science facilitator. Basically, we have 6 week long programs that we orchestrate with after daycare centers or over the summer science camps. And we teach students how to use ArcGIS, locate environmental issues, and test their water supply. Basically, I'm pushing students to be in STEM. I really want the local youth of Greenville to go into more of a STEM focused research. Uh, so,
STEM
ba-
is pretty cool. I mean, like going in, I like science personally,
Mhm.
and I mean, engineering is pretty cool for the most part.
Yeah.
Math is so so, but we need it. I'm
See,
not
I
gonna
don't
lie.
want it to be just scary math for them. I want it to be fun and with a purpose.
Yeah.
So part of what we do is show them fun activities on how they can get better involved with their community. One of the few things that we have done is in Princeville, we went around the local area and looked at all the means of how they've done flood preparations, since Princeville is very prone to flooding. So along the lines of water quality, can you tell us a little bit about our water kits here at the WRC?
The water kits come with two test tubes and some tablets that can measure phosphorus, nitrate, pH, and chloride in the water. And we also come with some hardness testing strips that you can use to kind of measure, different things in the water. And we also give you a color wheel to kind of measure your scale to see how much it actually shows up on the thing. We also have a turbidity marker on the bottom of it that basically shows you just how clear the water is, how much stuff is moving in the water when you pick it up, and you can actually pick these up after doing CWN training. So after signing up and going through the training through the community water network, you will get one of these kits to try in your local waterways. It's pretty cool stuff. How much surprising how far technology has come to allow us to do something like this.
Yeah, sounds awesome. What exactly made you want to join here? The Water Resource Center. Like, what drew you in?
So one thing that really drew me in was this is kind of what I've done before. One of the things that I have done was make a poster for an intern symposium that I had over the summer, basically describing what I've done. And it's one of those eye opening things where it's teaching people about what you've done and trying to get them to um, be more community focused, more impactful
Like
over it.
proactive in the community.
Yes,
Yeah.
more proactive is what I was looking for.
Hmm.
And being able to do that with something so important to our lives as water is something I felt would be really neat to do, especially in the fact that how much people don't know what water does.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What made you join the WLC?
So I come from a mechanical engineering background. I've been here at ECU for 4 years, and I really wanted to look into nuclear power plant processes and how they use water to cool down the plant. One of the things that I really wanted to do was nuclear submarining, and I was fascinated with how they maintain the water cooling systems. So I really thought that the WRC could give me more of an insight of how to better take care of my water and what more I can do with it.
With that being said, what are some impacts that you think you might have had while you were here at the WRC?
So I don't think I'll be able to see the impacts of what I've done until later. I've educated the youth in Greenville about the water quality, about how to test their water quality, and how to view environmental factors affecting their community. For instance, I've done some work over here at the Boys and Girls Club, and we showed them what it means to test their water supply using just their local water fountain. So we checked it out, saw that it was all good. It's fascinating to see the excitement from the students about teaching them water quality. It's really interesting.
Right, that sounds great.
So, what are some of the impacts that you've done here at the WRC?
I feel like definitely by making these posters and flyers, I've definitely done a lot more to get people involved. Because one of
Mm-hmm.
the one of the big things I've noticed, especially from taking this one, is people like to see stuff and not read them, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because I understand people have busy lives. So making like flashy, easy to read posters are definitely something that can help, and getting those people involved in the community is great. And actually, one of the biggest members in our community that I can think of is a Dr. Yoshi. She's one of the community liaisons here at the WRC, and she's really trying to pick up trash, get people involved in picking up trash, and making sure that our waterways are clean of said trash. And one thing she was telling me actually was that uh, worldwide, annually, there is 1 trillion plastic bags used, which is just
That's
insane
stunning.
to envision.
That is stunning. 1 trillion bags.
And
Wow.
one of the big things she's trying to do is get us to use reusable bags, which is essentially cutting out about 500 bags either a
Yeah.
year
I'd
or
say about a person uses about 500 plastic bags
yeah,
because you go to the grocery store so many times in a year, and then each time you're getting about 2 to 3, if not more bags.
right,
So yeah, 500. That's still a lot of plastic.
right, yeah, and that's cutting out a lot of plastic that can end up in people's waters, in their homes, or in the ocean for other animals to eat and be harmed from.
And you said a viable solution to this is using reusable bags.
Yeah, so actually, using a bag, like something that you can take places and use over and over, can in fact reduce the plastic just because it's a
I mean,
replacement
yeah, it
bag.
takes out the personal consumption from
Right.
it.
It's something that you can reuse, that you can wash, that you don't have to worry about ripping and tearing. Like
I
such.
guess it kind of goes the same for using like a reusable bottle rather than plastic bottles all the time.
Right.
Yeah, it's just taking out that personal consumption level in it.
Yeah, and it's definitely something that is very good just because less plastic
I
in
mean,
the
it's just
world is
one
better.
step to a better community
Exactly.
because we don't know where that plastic ends up. I mean, we do because it gets in our waterways after every storm. You'll see plastic bags and storm drains,
Right.
and covering storm drains leads to flooding.
Yeah. And the
So,
scariest part about that is the plastic that we don't see, like microplastics that
mm,
once these plastic bags and other plastic items break down, they break into very microscopic pieces that we just can't see, but we consume all the time.
absolutely. Yeah. So, um, so what are some other ways that we could protect our water for, say, future generations?
But yeah, one way that we can definitely do it is vote, vote, vote. One of the big things that you can do is vote for policies that you agree with that can help with these sorts of things, such as more regulations for water, more
Yeah, just seeing what the city council is actually doing with our
right.
water.
Definitely getting involved with your local community as well as like city communities, just
Hmm.
because in our world, democracy is one of the bigger aspects that makes things happen, and being able to get a movement and trying to get people to agree and see the light, in a sense, or I guess see the extra plastic and try to help reduce that is a great thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what's one simple way that listeners can get more involved or start paying attention to their local water?
Yeah. So one way that listeners can get involved is by joining the Community Water Net. Community Water Network, CWN for short. Essentially, that's a little volunteer group that we have that does most of the training and also has the water testing kits. If you go to nccip.org, you can find a link to sign up for the Community Water Network. One way to do that is you can sign up for trainings, and they will teach you how to do all of that. And then there's different events and whatnot. Especially if you're in the city of Greenville, there's frogs, there's relief, a whole bunch of different ways and different groups to join and help clean up because they do cleanups regularly. I think once every month, and sometimes they'll get like huge dump trucks worth of trash that they pick up. Like it gets pretty bad out here.
Absolutely. I mean, I know Dr. Yoshi is frequently walking the Greenway picking up plastic bags. It is our job as a community to ensure that we have clean drinking water. Even though it's clean from the tap, make sure to filter it. One thing that we taught at the one thing that I teach the youth is the importance of filters. Even if you have, say, dirty water, you can still filter it out with active charcoal. Just a simple Brita filter or anything really to make sure that your water is clean at home.
Because a lot of the pollutants that get us sick are the things that we can't see with the human eye, and those things tend to be really, really small.
Absolutely.
So definitely a filter will help with that.
Absolutely. Well, you can tune in every other week to this podcast and look forward next week as we have a guest speaker coming on. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see you next time.